I salute you, friends. My name is Percy Omenazu. I'm your brother. And before I continue, let me use this opportunity to solicit for your support. Please kindly hit the subscribe button for me so that we can do more together. Just do it. I will appreciate. Thank you. Okay, today something struck me as I was browsing through internet, and I saw a particular blogger was busy publishing my works since 2017 without my knowledge. But he's a good man. He would always use my picture and my name. He has not diverted any of the information to himself. That's to say that there are good people. I'm even making effort to see if we can contact, at least let me show him appreciation. So one of the articles he published on the 9th of September in 2017 was an article I tagged "Why Agriculture Should Develop Simultaneously with the Manufacturing Sector." The reason why we should have both the agric sector and the manufacturing sector growing together at the same time. It's a mind-blowing article, very great article, in the sense that in a short work, I was able to say so many things that should happen in the economy. Okay, so I will read directly from the article as I give short interpretation to what I meant and reason why it should be like this. Since the year 2003, when I carried out a comprehensive research on globalization and the Nigerian economy, I don't hastily take any government that takes only agriculture as a way of diversification of the economy serious. I will explain this. I carried out a research in 2003 on globalization and the Nigerian economy. My findings made it that whenever a country or a government is saying that the economy should be diversified, I have to think about what they actually mean and where they are taking the economy to. When they say it is agriculture, I don't take them serious, because here in Nigeria, I know that it is not a serious movement. Yes, I have to tell you the reason. Second paragraph. My reason is simple. I had already blamed the failure of the economy on the West as usual of any African writer, even before coming close to the conclusion. Yes, when I wrote that particular project, I started by blaming the West, blaming America, blaming Europe for the woes of the African economies. As a result, there was no time to put things into consideration before getting into that particular conclusion. You know, as African writers, we always push you into believing this, and I was also like that, because I had already started failing. Then eventually, I was disappointed as I came to the end of the research. When I came to the end of the research, I realized that I was making a mistake. I was making a hell of a mistake. I understood the problem of the economy. The result of the whole exercise pointed out that our economy will remain weak and dependent as long as our manufacturing sector remains weak. It was a very disappointing result. However, I accepted it grudgingly. You see, let me explain this point. When I carried out this particular research, I had already started blamed the whole thing on the north side, the politics of north-south divide, imperialism, and other things we always mention. But when I concluded that work, I realized that the problem of Nigeria, the economy of Nigeria, in the globe is the issue of weak manufacturing sector. I realize that it is a major problem that should be tackled if we truly want to achieve something. Let me continue. If the manufacturing sector of an economy is weak, exportation of agricultural products can never be a lasting solution to our economic challenges. Dispute if you can. The exportation of yam and other agro products will only contribute to enlarge the gap in the unfavorable BOT. The benefits are simply enjoyed in the short run. It can only fetch votes for the government from people that don't know this information. Okay, so let me explain this. As long as Nigeria keeps exporting agricultural products to the West, our BOT will remain very, very unfavorable. Not only that, it will remain unfavorable, it will earn votes to the government in power, because the ordinary people will think that the government is doing something. They will give you a list of foreign earnings from exportation of cassava. They will give you the dollars made from the exportation of yam, but they will not want to know that the cassava and the yam they are exporting are the same products that the people are surviving from. That way they don't consider hunger. As a result, it will give them benefit of the short run and still endanger the economy in the long run. Let me continue. The diversification of the economy by considering agriculture should go simultaneously with the development of the manufacturing sector. I said earlier that if the economy has a weak manufacturing sector, that economy will not go anywhere, and that's exactly what I'm trying to portray right now. Yes, if the diversification of the economy does not move in line with development in the manufacturing sector, it simply means that we are not doing anything. Don't be deceived, we are not doing anything. That's a very major problem. Let me continue. The agric sector should feed the manufacturing firms with raw materials. The excess can now be exported. When this happens, the country will have the benefit of exporting finished goods and thereby move towards favorable BOT. You see, unless you make the agriculture sector to be busy feeding the domestic manufacturing sector with raw materials, so that the economy will have opportunity of exporting finished goods, the movement towards favorable BOT will never be attained, because you are using agricultural products to fight against finished goods coming from Europe. It does not really in any way give any benefit. Let me continue. Agricultural products still maintain inelastic demand even in international market. The gains of exporting raw materials, or let's for example animal skins, can never be compared with the gains of exporting finished leather goods. There is value added to the latter. Let me explain this the more. When you talk about hides and skin, you use the hides and skin and export to Italy. The Italian man takes the product and converts it and brings down Italian shoes to us. You realize that the value of your skin is not in any way compared with the value of the finished good. That is when you realize that you are pushing yourself more into unfavorable BOT, because you have refused to go into the manufacturing of finished goods. You have refused to develop your manufacturing sector. Let me continue. This may not really be achieved without proper foundation. Yes, without foundation, it can be achieved. A few factors can be put in place to make it happen. These factors include: there must be visionary government in place. The citizens must be committed to lift the economy by seeing the country as a responsibility. Yes, before we're able to change this particular thing about Nigeria, with the manufacture, what's it called? Telling you diversification, you look around, you will not see anything happening except that somebody has identified a market in Europe and he is packing the tubers of yam in Nigeria to sell and make money, instant money, money in the short run. So there must be a visionary government in place that will see the economy from afar, see what happen in the nearest future. Then there must also be citizens that must be committed to having their country, seeing their country as a responsibility. It simply means that the government alone cannot lift an economy. So people should put hands together and make sure that the economy is saved. Number 3, the commercial banks must be ready to support businesses with microcredit. Yes, if you go to Nigerian banks today, commercial banks today, you realize that they can easily give money to an importer of Chinese products than giving the money to a manufacturer in Nigeria. So this particular narrative should change. This particular thing should change. We should have the commercial banks giving this microcredit, giving money to local industry, the domestic firms, for us to develop what we can collectively export. Then the manufacturers must be ready to encourage the farmers by sourcing raw materials locally. Then it should be a responsibility of the manufacturers to source for their raw materials locally. As a result, the farmers will be busy. Instead of somebody somewhere packing our tubers of yam and cassava, to send to Europe and make his personal money, these products will be diverted to Nigerian firms, and the manufacturing sector will be able to produce some things that might make us to market them elsewhere, even if it means to dominate the African economy. It is a very, very good way to go, instead of giving it to sending things in the raw stage to Europe and America. It has not benefited us. In conclusion, the development of the agricultural sector for the purpose of exportation of primary goods is simply economic slavery if the domestic industry is not put into consideration. Unless we build our manufacturing sector, the production and exportation of primary goods is simply an economic slavery. It will not land us anywhere. It can give money to some unpatriotic people and they will make use of their money. Meanwhile, the economy is dying. My name is still Pesomenazo. I'm your brother. Kindly hit the subscribe button for another video that will come your way. We'll do it together. Thank you.